creative kids and creative families. We are back, and our first new project is going to be to make snowman tea light holders. So we're going to pretend there's snow. I'm going to be okay with the light dusting, but the ice, not so much. So since it's winter, we're going to do some winter themed things for the next couple times. So I want you to meet Chill Willie. This is one version of it. And also Hazel. She's another version of the snowman tea lights holders. So here's what you need. You can get a plastic wine glass. It doesn't necessarily have to be this shape. It could be more rounded. That probably would look more like a snowman. Or for those of you who are very daring and you want to do it as an adult project, you can use glass. If you want to go like to a dollar store of some sort and get actual glass wine glasses, this works with that too. So wine glass, markers, preferably the ones that don't wipe off, and let's see, acrylic paint, white obviously for the snow, and any other colors that you might use if you're going to paint. We're going to use the markers to draw on the face and any other thing that we want to put on there. And pretty much that's it. So wine glass, paint, and markers. So I'm going to show you what I did, and I did it two different ways. This one you can tell, Hazel here is a poured kind of glass of paint. And so you're going to pour the paint in this way. I suggest you thin it out, and I'm going to show you that process here in a minute, just so you get a feel for how to do it reasonably well. So on your first time, it's not botching up. If you can see, Hazel actually has some cracks in her. So the first acrylic paint that I used was kind of, it's thicker, and it's more of a children's paint, acrylic paint. So I would advise against that because she's got some cracks and she's not going to hold up. But I went ahead and finished her anyways. So this paint is more of what you would find in any store, just general craft store. Go for the General Craft brand. And this I did without thinning out, so it can work that way. But today what I'm going to do on film for you is show you how I did it. So I just put in, if you can see, just a little bit of paint, and then I put in some water, and it actually popped out of it. So you want to put it in the bottom, not a lot of paint, and this is probably even too much. You can afford to do less, but do not make it too watery. Otherwise you won't get a good covering, and it'll be kind of washy, I think. So I'm going to show you just how I did it. So I roll it around so that it covers the whole of the glass, okay? And you just keep rolling it around until you get right up to the edge all the way around. And kids will probably think this is fun, but if parents, if you are too concerned with being messy, do it over a trash can. Cover your table with a trash bag maybe, because see, some of it, once you get to the edge, then you want it to pour out, but you want it also to go right up to that edge and cover it nicely. And so there you go. And so then you get that nice coat, and you see how it's dripping. You could probably just stand it in a bowl. That's probably the best way. And let that dry. You're gonna let that dry probably overnight. So this is another 2-dayer kind of thing. I would do that process first, or maybe if you did it early in the day, by the end of the day, you could start working on it. Because then you get this. And I'm not gonna bother to go ahead and draw the face on, but I did use, I want you to know that for Hazel, I used marker. And like I said, the kind that doesn't wipe off, to do that, to draw her face on. And you might have to draw everything twice. So you draw the circles for the eyes and you go around it again and again, just so it shows up really well. And finish it off that way. The thing here is different. This might be for younger kids, a better fit. What I like about this way is I painted the outside, and I used a paintbrush, just poured out my paint like normal, and I just went to town with my white and let this dry. Because it's the better brand of acrylic craft paint, it dries quickly, much more quickly. So I would just to be on the safe side, give it an hour and come back. And then, like, I gave him a little, that's his hat to me. I painted his little hat, the stem of the wine glass, and then give that a little bit of time too. And then come back again with markers. I did not do this with paint, but you could. It's fine if you want to. I'm thinking for little bitty people, that's probably not the motor skill set they have just yet, but if you want to practice that, that's also good. But I used a marker, drew on my face, and he's chill willy because he's a little cold because it's outside. And that way, you get some painting in and you can add a little more color. Now, the other thing I want to tell you about is just the adding of the embellishments. The easy way I did was I poured out my glue, a little glue onto a paper plate, and then I rolled the rim through the glue until it was all the way around, and then I just set it down in my glitter. Did the same thing for the top. So that's how I did that. And obviously you can see I used like the ribbon that you can use scissors to make it even more curly. So if you do that, yes. Also another thing that I saw that I liked was using cloth ribbon. Like if you would prefer a cloth ribbon, I think that would be cute too. I am only using like battery operated tea lights, but you don't have to do that. You can also use the actual burning tea lights because it is a little holder. So it's not going to be any detriment to use those. So guys, I am hoping that you guys are staying safe and enjoying your winter. I am going to come at you with some more winter projects. But for now, I hope you enjoy making your own chill willies and your own hazels or whatever you choose to name. See you guys at the library as soon as we can get back to you.